Welcome. The following tutorial covers the import and export of different configuration elements within the Transact application. We'll see all necessary steps for exporting and importing batch classes, index fields, document types, and tables. By importing or exporting, one has a benefit of transferring the exact configuration information to another Ephesoft application running on a remote system, which will save a lot of time needed for reconfiguration and also helps a lot in testing and debugging of issues faced in a configuration-dependent environment. On Batch Class Management UI, select a batch class to be exported from the grid by selecting the row and click Export menu button. An application pop-up will be generated as displayed. There will be two options available for export of batch class. Either the batch class can be exported with all the learning files present in Leucine Search Classification Sample and Image Classification Sample folders, or without them. These folders are required to replicate the environment and classification results for the batches to be processed. By default, for exporting batch class, the configuration is set to export all learning files too. After that, one just needs to click OK button and corresponding batch class will get exported to the desired location in zip format. Clicking Cancel will not perform any operation and pop-up will be closed. This zip batch class file can now be transferred to any other system and can be imported over there. Shown is the folder structure which will be exported along with the batch class. To import a batch class, user need to click Select Files on Batch Class Management UI, or drag and drop the zip file for exported batch class in the bottom panel as shown in the screenshot. After completing the upload of batch class, a pop-up will be displayed. Here, user has an option to either override an existing batch class or create a completely new batch class from the attached zip batch class file. To create a new batch class from the exported zip file, one needs to uncheck Use Existing checkbox. As soon as the checkbox is unchecked, the UNC folder dropdown will turn into an empty checkbox and user has to write the exact path. Please note that the UNC folder should be non-existing and unique, else application will prompt user to enter the folder path again. To override an existing batch class from the exported zip file, one needs to check Use Existing checkbox. A name text box contains batch class type or workflow name of the exported batch class. It should always be unique and must not contain any special characters which are configured in properties file. In description text box, user can enter the description of the batch class. Priority text box is integer bound and should contain values from 1 to 100, where 100 is the lowest priority. If the roles checkbox is checked, roles will be picked from the zipped batch class file. If email accounts is checked, email accounts will be picked from the zip batch class file. If the import connections checkbox is checked, then the DB export and FuzzyDB connections will be imported and set in the new batch class. The batch class can be imported with the learned data from the exported batch class or without that. By default, learned data will be imported in the batch class. The learned data contains the folder structure of document types and the files which are learned in those document types. By default, the CMIS export plugin properties and the import configurations will be copied in the new imported batch class. The CMIS export mappings are configurable, which if selected will be used to copy the exported mappings into the new imported batch class. If the Use Existing checkbox is checked, then the new import batch class will also contain the same encryption as applied in the batch class while exporting. After that, clicking OK button will create a new batch class with a new batch class identifier. On Index Field Listing UI, select Index Field to be exported from the grid and then click on the Export button. This exported zipped index field file can now be transferred to any other system. Please note, before exporting, all the changes should be saved, else you will get an error pop-up asking to save your pending changes. To import an index field, user needs to click on Select File or drag and drop this zip file for exported index fields in the bottom panel. After completing the upload of index field, user will be shown a success message. User can upload only one zip file at a time, but zip file may contain any number of index fields. To export a document type, user needs to click on the Export button after he selected document type from the grid. On Document Type Listing UI, click Import Document Type or drag and drop the zip file for exported document type in the bottom panel. After completing the upload of document type, user will be shown a success message. On Table Listing screen, select Table to be exported from the grid and then click on Export button. On Table Listing UI, click Import Table, link present in Import Tables panel, or drag and drop the zip file for exported tables in the bottom panel. After completing the upload of table, user will be shown a success message. In this video, we covered all necessary steps for exporting and importing batch classes, index fields, document types, and tables, in order to transfer these elements from one Transact system to another instance. Thanks for watching.